Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for this 2022 bullet journal setup. I have the B5 Archer and Olive dot grid notebook from Plant-Based Brides collaboration with Archer and Olive. I love how big it is. It is a beautiful soft cloth cover, a beautiful green. I love it. So first off, I'm just starting out by writing my name in the very front. I usually don't do that, but I figured a brand new notebook, I was just going to do it. This is not the cover page. This is my word of the year, which is grow. And I'm really going to push myself to grow in all areas of my life, not just journaling, not just the basic art, but as a mom, as a wife, as a Christian, I'm just going to push myself to grow and grow and grow. So that is my word for the year. I am doing a spacing grid here on the left page. I actually saw a blog post of someone doing a dot grid for the B5 size, and usually I do the A5 sizes. So I needed to actually look at a spacing grid that somebody else did for me to be able to do all of these. And it's really easy to do. If you don't necessarily care about this, it's definitely something that you can skip out on. But if you like to do a lot of boxes and you want things to be very neat and orderly and very much the same and level, all that stuff, I would definitely suggest doing a spacing grid. And I also want to apologize for my voice. I am feeling a little under the weather, so I'm a little stuffy. And you'll see for this setup, I use black and a neutral tan, and that are the only two colors I use. Now for the actual cover page of 2022, what I did was I kind of cheated, and I don't know how to do numbers at all, just kind of freehand. So I printed out a font that I liked, and I colored the back of it, and then I just traced it onto the paper. And so I had a pencil sketch of it, but I didn't actually freehand sketch it. So I did kind of cheat on that, but it was super easy, and I really like how it turned out. I did the numbers first, and then I did the flower doodles or the flower sketches, and I did color in the numbers. How I did my flowers, I did circles everywhere first to kind of map out where I wanted the flowers to be. And then I sketched in the flowers, and then I added in all of the leaves and the little stems with the berries. I also want to apologize for the lighting in some of the upcoming clips. I recorded this whole video over a span of 3 days, and the lighting is not consistent at my desk whatsoever. I am sitting in front of a huge window, but I have a big overhang in front of the window. So sometimes I'll have the perfect lighting. Other times I need my big overhead lamp and everything else to help me with lighting. So again, I apologize for the lighting. It does get a little iffy here in just a few minutes, so bear with me. This is my first year using an Archer and Olive dot grid notebook, and I'm super excited. But I am an affiliate with Archer and Olive, and I do have a code that will be down in the description box. if you are interested in trying out any of their notebooks. I'm extremely happy with how this cover page turned out. I love it. So now I'm doing my year at a glance. This is where the lighting gets a little funky. This is the next day actually, and it was cloudy outside, so I had to use extra lighting and it was just terrible. So this is my year at a glance. I don't film myself doing the whole thing because it's very repetitive and sometimes it's really annoying to watch. I do hand lettering for the days of the month, and I did mess up on March. I went over one space extra on one of the weeks, and then that completely messed up the whole rest of the calendars. So I did have to fix that when I was going over it with pen. So I did stop each month and just double check. Okay, July starts on this day and ends on this day, and I was good. So I always make sure that I do my calendars and pencil first, just in case you mess up, so then you don't have to completely white out a whole section of the calendar, or the terrible thing if you completely mess up and you have to rip out a page at the very beginning of your journal. I couldn't do that. So this is my monthly goals, and what I'm going to do here is kind of write out what goals I have each month as the year goes on, and then I will refer back to this monthly goal spread in the middle of the year as the months passed and be able to see if I have completed any of the goals, halfway done some of the goals, and then instead of doing a whole new set of goals the next month, I can just transfer, or I can migrate goals. Let's say if I don't finish a goal in January, I can migrate that to February and so on. So I don't have a ton of goals for the whole year. They just keep going on if I don't quite get it finished in the month. This spread is different than probably what you see in most setups, and usually I don't do spreads like this because I've never really been a set scheduler when it comes to reading my Bible, but this is something that I wanted to add in because I've noticed that I kind of stick with the same books of the Bible that I read over and over again. So this is a books of the Bible I want to read for each month, and some books of the Bible are extremely long and some are very short. So I'm not trying to do the whole, read the Bible in a year thing, because I think that you can not really focus on what you're reading and you can miss a lot of what, God's word is trying to speak to you. So yeah, that's just the whole point to this spread. And then I did some floral and botanical doodles, leaf doodles at the bottom to still tie in that grow theme. And I am using my Pigma Micron in sizes 05, 03, and 01 throughout this whole setup. Next is my content planner. This is not going to be a set schedule on when I'm going to do something, but rather more like a brain dump type thing. So I have an idea, I can write it down, and then I have a section for dates. Did I film it? Did I edit it? Was it posted? Type of thing. So if I do have ideas, I can refer back to this and say, okay, I did this idea and it is complete. So it's kind of just a running list of the ideas that I want to do for my art channel, this one, and for my curly hair YouTube channel. That curly hair YouTube channel will be linked in the description box below if you just happen to have curly hair like me. This is my future log. I usually don't do a future log, but I can't tell you how many times I've forgotten doctor's appointments or dentist appointments, and I had to call the office and say, hey, when was this again? Because I forgot to write it down. So future log, I'm thinking, you know what, I've got to do this. I've got to keep my notebook with me at all times so I can write down the important dates. And of course, birthdays. I forget everybody's birthdays all the time. And in my church, we literally have probably 10 birthdays in June, and I have no idea when any of the birthdays are. So I figured I'll just get everybody's birthdays down and we'll be good. I won't miss any. I feel terrible, especially for family, and I miss their birthdays. I'm using the Archer & Olive Acrylograph tan pen, and it is from their Cool Fall collection. Now it is time for the final flip through. This setup was really easy and simple. I think the most time-consuming part was for sure the grow page and the cover page. Everything else, I wanted to keep it minimal and simple and not overwhelm myself with a bunch of paintings and things like that. But for January, February, March, I'm going to push myself to grow in my artistic skills and do more artistic cover pages, but then stick with more simple weekly spreads and trackers and things like that. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like bullet journal videos, I will have more coming in 2022. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your theme is for 2022 and what you hope to accomplish this year. I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Bye!